We're back. If you don't know what we do, this is what we do. We have Taylor Self on the show, and then we just talk about whatever the freak we feel like talking about.
Mhm.
Good to have you back, bro. It's been it was fun to get to see you at the games. Seen you a couple times. It's been super cool. You're getting ready to go to Tier, right?
Yeah, California. So I think we're doing a podcast on the stage, the competition stage. And then we'll do Kill Taylor at the Biomax Peptides Clinic.
That's awesome.
And then also, I think at one of the stages at Wadapalooza. So I'll do 2 next weekend, Thursday and Sunday.
Oh, you're gonna do
Yeah. I know they're getting greedy.
Dude, have you had any help planning it? Like
I don't do any of the planning. Well, other than making the workout. Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing, G?
All right, you got your minute. Go.
Love you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So other than me writing the workout,
talking about getting greedy, the boys getting greedy.
Okay,
like
thank
our kids getting greedy.
He's such a goofball. He's so funny.
Oh my gosh, he's so crazy.
Yeah, I just have to write the workouts and make them workouts that I actually can like do well on, which, hit or miss. But I would say like the first live event I did it at was Syndicate, and Wilson really, he just goes above and beyond. So I didn't have any stress. It was all taken care of. That's my hope, is how it is for it to go like that at Wadapalooza. And then JR wants me to do one at Crash.
That's cool.
And he wants me to do one of the workouts, but he won't tell me the workouts that he wants me to do. So I'm annoyed.
Did he help you write any of them? Do you know which workouts you're going to do?
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah.
No, I have no idea. I know what equipment I need to use: a dumbbell, box, jump rope, a couple sandbags. So I know that stuff, and I requested that equipment. Other than that, I haven't come up with them yet, but it'll be fine. I'll come up with those. He'll help me sometimes write workouts. I'll send him like a couple options. I'll be like, should I do it this way or that way, whatever. I've only ever done another person's workout twice on Shut Up and Scribble, and both times it was one of JR's workouts. The first time it was one of his qualifiers last year. I believe the workout was 100-calorie row, 100 toes to bar, 100 dumbbell snatch, 100 burpees over the rower. And then I did his workout, obviously, again at Syndicate. So if he wants me to do it a third time, he has to give me the workout in advance so that I have some sort of advantage.
Do you remember that one that what was it? It was a sectionals workout or a regionals workout. It was the hundreds. It was the one with Hendren, Rich. Like it was the hundreds workout. It was like 100
in 2013.
Yeah. That one. Do you like that was cool, dude. Like watching that was so fire.
Yeah.
And so when you think about doing something like that, like a hundreds workout, like you're paying homage to.
Yeah. And that was JR's idea. I think that year all of his workouts were kind of reprogrammed regional or games workouts. And so that was kind of, like alluding to a 100s workout that he had at Crucible that year.
That's cool. That's so fun. We're really
think of doing 100 of anything in a workout straight through. I mean, obviously in many workouts, if you do a 5-round of something and it's, it adds up to 100 reps, but to do 100 reps of something before you can move on to the other is it's all mental. It's not that you can't do it. It's just mentally to get through those 100 before you can move on to the next one. It's got to be just.
Depending on the workouts, that's like, or depending on the movements, that's pretty wheelhouse for me. Like a lot of reps just straight at once where it's like muscular stamina. That's good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially burpees, I would say.
You love a burpee. I mean, if I was you, or no, if I was me, I should say, I would still be recovering from those 150 burpee pull-ups that you did on a Kill Taylor, 8 months
Greg's,
ago?
right?
Like,
yeah, Greg's.
Yeah, that was a hard workout too. I haven't done any Kill Taylor workouts this season that have been anything like that. Well, I don't know. That sandbag burpee one was pretty hard.
Have you done the ones that you said like you lost at them and so now you don't want to lose at them? And are you going to do those ones?
I want to. I haven't thought deeply enough on which ones I would start with, so I haven't repeated any. I was considering repeating the GHD dumbbell snatch one, but just making it a 70-pound dumbbell. So I guess it wouldn't be a true repeat. It would be like a heavier dumbbell. I don't know. I've thought about repeating some, but I haven't yet. Too much anxiety.
What's your goal for Kill Taylor season 2?
We are a couple weeks into our first big change, and I think we'll continue to tweak things, on a periodic basis or layer new changes in that serve to grow the show. I would say the first change was us announcing the workout a full 24 hours in advance rather than 30 minutes before. And that just allows people to adjust their training and make sure they have all the equipment. And if they want to call in, they can call in. So it makes it a bit easier on people to call in. I'm not sure what the next change will be, but we have discussed several. And I guess my first goal would be for me to not hold it back. And by that, I mean, it's at some point, and we might even be there now, at some point, you can only watch me do the same 15 movements over and over again. So you're like, okay, I've seen this workout 100 times. Just because I'm not fit enough at anything else to do the show in its intended format. So I'm fully aware of that. And I think as a group, Bryson and I and Sevon and Susan, Peter are all kind of talking through, and Tyler too, ways to innovate and to continue to just, make the show bigger. I think the key is we've been doing it a little over a year. Right now, we've done a handful of things really well. When people win, they get the money. Mm-hmm. We always say when we're going to do the show, and for the most part, we're super consistent. There might be days or weeks where we have to do it on a different day, this or there, but we always do the show. We always allow people to call in. If somebody wins, they get the money. We're not fucking around on any stuff like that.
And you guys really have done
we've paid the money. We've sponsored the show. We paid the money out.
I was gonna say that about the sponsors. One of the greatest things you guys have done for sponsors is you guys get eyes on sponsors. Mm-hmm. You guys, just for us, we're a podcast. You guys helped us get the views and the subscriptions that we need to. Now we're over 1,000 subscribers.
That's awesome.
You guys helped us get there. Every single sponsor that you guys have, whether it's High Grounds, whether it's Herd, whether it's Vindicate, you're getting
holy balls. There you go.
You are literally getting so many eyes on, Paper Street Coffee even sometimes too. Yep. And he's like, hey, during Kill Taylor, I'm going to give a discount, whatever. What you guys do is you give sponsors a really big ROI. And so it entices sponsors to really invest in you guys for an hour for $500 and then see what the rollout is, because one of the things you guys can't deny is your crew and your fans support the things that you guys support.
Yeah.
So
that's a huge one, and one that I don't think enough about. I'm not really involved too much on the sponsorship side of things. Matt Souza does most of that, which is him and Peter both, which is a godsend because Sevon wouldn't be able to handle it. And I definitely wouldn't be able to handle it. Sometimes sponsors are great and they're incredible, but Susan and Peter are really good at doing that. I just don't even want to think about trying to have conversations about all that stuff because I already have so much. I wouldn't call it anxiety, but I put a lot of pressure on myself every week to try as hard as I can. And I'm sure everyone has felt this. There's a huge difference between going and taking the class workout and then 25.1 rolls around and it's the open and you're like, fuck, I got to try as hard as I can. I really make a concerted effort every week to get myself up to that level of effort where I'm trying as hard as I can. I was pretty proud of myself this week. I exploded, which I rarely do.
Great.
I'm really self-aware of what I can and can't do. And I've been testing all the workouts and I hadn't been able to test that one this week, but I was like, oh, these are 3 movements I'm really good at. I'll be fine. And I fucking exploded. But
when you failed those muscle
Yeah.
ups, I was
Yo,
like,
we were
"Fuck,
like,
man."
no.
so I really like that's a lot of pressure I put on myself to just go to that effort level every week. And it's also a different kind of effort level than knowing, hey, I have to try as hard as I can in training. It's I have to try as hard as I can. And if I don't, someone's going to beat me. And more than likely, it's not going to be someone who's good. It's going to be some fucking slapdick beats me. And that's going to be crazy embarrassing. So
But you can't let that happen.
Yeah. So
definitely can't let that happen.
right. There's that. But I just wanted to continue and grow and to be a place where like anyone can call in and get an opportunity to showcase like the work that they put in, whether that's awesome. I'm going to pick it up today. See ya. Sorry, that's my neighbor. She's got a Porsche.
It's fine. Colleen, do you have a hot date after the show?
I keep talking about my hair.
She has a hot date with me. Calm down. There is no simmer.
Where are you guys going?
I mean, do we have to tell you like hot date, like date night, sushi? Like,
oh wow,
they call it sushi.
Oh god, the lesbian neighbors. That's funny. All right.
Yeah, there you go. Sushi Sunday. Yep, that's it. Yep. Yep. Everybody knows.
So that honestly too, like being a place where we make people
Jan,
laugh.
Shut up, Jan.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I can't look it on you.
But
guys.
that's another big thing is being a place where like, I don't know, we can all just be ourselves. We don't have to like, it pisses me off that Seven and the guys get to experience this every Saturday. They're like, yeah, I don't have to try it all on Saturdays. I just get to hang out and fucking have fun. And I got to work myself into this frenzy, but like, it's fun to just hang out with them. And so I wanted to continue being that. But we definitely have our eyes on ways to change things to continue to make it grow. I feel like we've been a bit stagnant for the past like 6 to 8 months. Around like 8 to 12,000 views has been pretty much like the average, I would say. And there were some earlier ones that were like up to 20. And of course, when the money gets big, like it helps things, but I'm only so good. And I definitely am trying to get better and to continue to get fitter. But I'm not necessarily convinced that me winning every week and the prize spot getting bigger and bigger and bigger is what's going to drive views. I think engagement will help drive views. And obviously when there's more money, you'll get more engagement. But so there's a lot of different things we're thinking of. But yeah, I think we just want it to be fun, funny, watch cool people work out, give money to people who work hard and earn it. And just kind of grow organically. I mean, good things take time. It hasn't even been 2 years yet. So,
dude, the best is when you think you're gonna get beat, and your reaction to you watching the person that you think you're gonna get beat by, like that, your reaction to that when you like scream.
Stressed.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like
2 weeks ago. Yeah, I was fully expecting that this past weekend. I'm surprised no one called in.
Well, you're starting to do some more like Kill Taylor in person. You know, obviously Syndicate was the first one. JR wants you to do one, all that kind of stuff or whatever. Would there ever be a goal to have it? I mean, obviously that means you're traveling more. You know,
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure yet. I've only done one in person and I fucking hated doing it at Syndicate.
Yeah.
It was just so much stress. Like I already had like 4 other jobs. And I wasn't like, when you're an athlete, you just sit on your fucking ass and you eat and you rest and then you get up to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't doing that. I was walking around all day, interviewing athletes, being a media person, on the floor holding a camera. I'm like, fuck, at 4 p.m. today, I got to get ready to work out. And I just hated that. It was fun, and I'm really stoked that it worked out the way it worked out at Syndicate, and that it went well for me, and that I beat Austin and I won. I obviously like that. I like that we had like at least, I mean, we might have had over 50 people in the yellow shirts that like,
oh yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah,
that participated in that experience, and just added value to the whole thing for Wilson and to the athletes. I was stoked about that, but the stress and I guess not even the pressure, just the stress of that was so fucking much. And that's the one part of competing that I hate. And so I don't know how it'll be at Wadapalooza. I don't know how it'll be if we do it at Crash. We'll just have to see. I'm excited to do it at Biomax. I like the idea of going to like cool locations to do it, like doing it in Greg's garage. That was fucking cool. Doing it in the Biomax clinic driveway. That'll be really cool. Doing it in the Dolomites in Italy when I was on vacation. Like that was cool. Doing it, the day before event 1 at Syndicate Crown a year ago when I was competing there, like doing it Thursday at the Airbnb with everyone. That was cool.
Doing it in the rain at the games, like
right. Yeah, so
that was insane, bro.
Yeah.
Like
that was one of the harder workouts I've done in recent Kill Taylor memory. But those experiences are really cool, and I like that. So I don't know. I have no idea. At a certain point, it's got to be more than just me working out, and we have to change the format a little bit. And we will. We're just thinking of ways to do that. The problem is I don't know that there's an athlete that will be consistent every single week like I've been. There are definitely athletes that are way. Yeah.
Part of Kill Taylor.
Yeah, it's your personality.
Show. It's what.
Yeah. Well, and I can be on it. I just mean like it doesn't have to be me that does the workout every week. The problem is you would like some consistency, and I just don't know that there's any athletes that are as good as me that would be as consistent as me at this particular job. All the games athletes have jobs, and if they are to do this every single week, it's going to affect their training a lot. It already affects my training because you're thinking, okay, the whole goal of this workout is for no one in the world to beat me. So I've got 10 to 15 different movements to choose from, any given athlete, say. And you're going to basically be cycling through those every Saturday. And that can't be a majority of your, like you can't spend every Saturday working on your wheelhouse as a games athlete. So I guess that's my perception. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think for one second that there aren't better athletes than me. I just think that I'm in a unique position to be incredibly consistent with it. So
what if you do it? And I forgive me if you already said this, because
don't let me lose this question because this is fire.
Fuck Tetlow. That's not my favorite wearing, you stupid idiot. Are you fucking dumb?
What have you guys thought of maybe doing it like an open announcement kind of feel where you don't know the workout, but you get someone that like you reach out to an athlete kind of the same way that Souza connects with sponsors for the week. If you connect with someone, maybe not necessarily a games athlete, but a semis athlete or something like that, and they reveal to you and this athlete on Kill Taylor what the workout is. I mean, obviously letting you guys know what the kit you would need. Like, okay, you need a box, you need a barbell, and you need dumbbells, let's say. So at least you have your kit prepared, but you don't actually know what the workout is.
Yeah.
And then you reveal that, and it's more like a open style workout, and then winner takes whatever the prize purse is.
I like that idea, but I don't like the idea of not writing the workout. So I probably wouldn't do that. but maybe I would make the workout, and we could do that with 2 other athletes. And then
or what if you make a couple different workouts with so say you have a kit, again, like I said, a box, a barbell, and dumbbells, but let's just say, and you make 3 different workouts for that kit, shuffle up the workouts, and someone randomly picks that, and then you go from there. So technically it's still your workout, but you don't know exactly which one that would be.
Something like
give
that.
It more of like a surprise kind of, feel, where it doesn't feel so much. I mean, I know you like to have the advantage of knowing and, whatever.
Well, he has to have the advantage because he goes first.
So he's got to have
if
they
some
go
advantage.
at the same time, it'd be head to head.
It would be interesting. It would have to be like redo it in person, because I don't know how we would sync up like internet and all that stuff.
It doesn't work well. Believe me, we've tried.
So you versus Bryson every Saturday for
a
year.
My God, dude.
You would get him so ready for the games.
Something like that.
Have you seen the boys were talking about before? I've seen it. Have you seen the new Charlie Sheen documentary?
No, I keep seeing it on Netflix, and I keep wanting to watch it. I was getting through the Charlie Sheen Rogan podcast, but I stopped watching when they started talking about Charlie Kirk.
Oh, yeah, right.
It just got dark.
Yeah. No, if you watch the Netflix one, it's so fire. He tells everything. Nicolas Cage, like he starts talking about orgies and Nicolas Cage being
Jesus
there.
Christ.
And yeah, he throws everybody under the bus. It's amazing.
Oh, he does not care.
He does not
Is
care.
he sober now?
Yes, he's been so well, according to him, he's been sober for 7 years.
Wow,
Huh.
7 years?
Yeah. So
Holy shit. I didn't think it was that long.
didn't know his name wasn't Charlie.
What's
Like
his
his name's like Jose or
Holy shit.
Carlos or something like that. Like his name,
That's so weird.
his last name is Estevez. Like he's just like Emilio Estevez.
I thought his dad was Martin Sheen though.
Yeah, he's a Sheen, isn't he?
I don't think I don't know, but I think his dad's name was a stage name, and so he took a stage name too, and he took his dad's.
Oh no, you're right, Carlos.
Yeah, his name's Carlos, dude.
Yep.
It's like
crazy.
Carlos
Also
Estevez.
known as Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a wild documentary. If you wanna like just sit back and laugh, and I mean, there's some weird shit in there, but it's crazy, dude. And
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
he just doesn't give a fuck. He'll talk about whatever. Oh, there you go. Jan Clark. Carlos Erwin Estevez. Yeah.
Oh, and his father's name is Ramon.
Yeah. Like not Martin's real name. Fire. It was great, dude. Watch it. You'll see him in blackface. You'll see him in like whatever, and you'll get his account of how
Oh,
he feels
boy.
about that. And yeah, it's crazy. It's so much fun. Do it.
I'll watch it.
I've always liked Charlie. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, his crazy days. Yeah,
I used to watch 2.5 Men with my parents. That was a good thing.
And the guy that's like his co-star on there,
Mhm.
he's in the documentary too, and he tells all the shit too, and he's like, he was fucking annoying. Like
I'm sure he was.
He didn't show up. Like he didn't like it was crazy. Yeah.
I'm sure he
I remember when
was.
they got rid of him for that show, and we just stopped watching it.
Yeah, nobody cared after that.
Didn't he get let go because of why did he get let go? I forget.
He was like addicted to coke. He was
Yeah, he just didn't
Oh, it
show
was
up.
drugs.
Yeah, he just
I
wouldn't-
thought it was something that he said, but
No,
I
no,
guess
no,
it was just
no.
drugs. I say just drugs.
No, the
but-
only thing he did was blackface, and he didn't get canceled for that. Nobody gave a shit.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay. The one of the things I've never asked you that I've always wanted to ask you is like when you first came onto the scene, you were getting ready to go to you wanted to go to the games. You
Yep.
were, and now looking at where you are now, you're filming athletes, you're running around like talking, and you're a media pundit. Did you see yourself here? Do you see yourself doing this?
No, I definitely, and I feel like I wear a lot of different hats. I definitely, the only place I visualized myself really, like where I was like, I know I'm gonna be there, was competing at the games. Like I would visualize that a lot, and I believed I was good enough to make it, and I believed that I would make it. And I didn't really visualize myself anywhere else in the space. But I think I always knew I would be involved as much as I could be. And since getting hurt and deciding that like I just wanted to be healthy, and I don't mean like metabolically, sickness, wellness, fitness, healthy, but I mean like orthopedically,
Yeah,
or
knees,
whatever,
hips,
structurally healthy.
whatever, yeah.
Like my knee specifically. I don't know. That's a tough question. I guess the short answer is no. I never imagined that I would be doing a podcast, that if I wasn't competing, I would still be training. I guess I was training as hard as I could before I even wanted to compete. So I think I always have known and will continue to work out as much as I can, just because I enjoy it. And I like being good at it. And at bare minimum, running a training program and being able to say that I do all the workouts and I know how they're going to feel and I can speak from experience and I lead from the front. That gives me a level of credibility that not really any other CEO or programmer of the big programs can say. And maybe there's a handful that can, but largely they're not doing that. So at bare minimum, I knew I'd be working out hard and want to work out hard for that reason, but also just because I love doing it. But I don't know. I wanted to make the game so badly. And so when it became clear that, you know, at least at that point in time, it just wasn't in the cards. I didn't really, I almost like didn't even have time to imagine anything else. I had to like pivot hard because I could barely pay rent to begin with. And, you know, I was like, holy fuck, what am I going to do? I'm never going to be sponsored. What am I going to do?
Damn, I did not know that. Because when you went and we were rooting for you, you went to the regional. Was
Syndicate.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, that was after I got hurt. So that was I
You
got
didn't
hurt.
even know.
I got no. I got hurt in 2022. So I did 2022 Wadapalooza. And then right before that semifinal, I retore my meniscus and then had to get my whole ACL redone. And then I recovered from that and was like, okay, maybe I'll be able to compete. Maybe I'll be able to compete. And it was kind of like up in the air, maybe. And that's why I went to Syndicate and was not like, I don't have all this pressure on myself. I'm just going to do the best that I can. And I know that I haven't been able to squat a ton and I just don't want to get hurt. And I got through the weekend and I didn't get hurt. And then I went and I did NorCal with cold. And then I went and I did Crash. But that whole time I kind of knew that my knee was not 100%. And it was so much to try to manage to be able to squat with enough frequency to be able to compete. And so after Crash, my knee was just bugging me. And I was like, I do not want to hurt myself again. So I'm done competing. And I want to try peptides because I want my knee to feel like 100%. And so that's when I made that decision.
Well, that's what Bernie asked. Have you started it? Is it helping?
Yeah, I've been on it since a month after the Open. So that was what, February, March. So I've been on, I started in April. I did like 6 or 8 weeks, took a little while off, and I'm on it again right now. I've been on it for like 6 weeks. I'll go for like another 2 weeks. And I think it's helped a ton. I squat twice a week. So I'm doing
Only to boxes? Are you still only squatting to
I squat
circuit?
sandbag with the barbell. So I do front squats and back squats to a sandbag. It's still like 2 inches below parallel. I just have it there to stop me from bottoming out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like 4 inches below parallel, that's probably like hitting my stretch reflex, and I don't want to go there with a lot of weight.
Does
So
it only bother you when you're super heavy? Like air squats don't bother you, wall balls don't bother you, or do you catch yourself?
I'm not squatting. I'm only squatting in 2 ways. So I'm doing front and back squats to the sandbag once a week, and then I'm using the belt squat for more intensity and higher reps. I haven't done wall balls or a lot of stuff like that yet.
So for you, it's the very bottom. It's the bouncing out of the bottom. It's bottoming out. That's where you feel it the most.
Yeah, that just causes inflammation and makes it angry. I can run pretty much an unlimited amount, do double unders an unlimited amount, do box jump overs an unlimited amount, lunge an unlimited amount.
It's so
like
interesting.
none of that hurts at all. It's literally just bouncing. And so, you know, I don't have a problem not doing that, but I love squatting. So now I like to just squat and not hurt.
Yeah.
Do you freak out at all when you have to change the plan? When in your mind, your plan is, hey, I'm going to go to the CrossFit Games and I'm going to train that hard to go to the CrossFit Games. And then you get hurt and you go through all this and you kind of realize like, oh, I might not go. And I have to change all these plans. Does that freak you out at all? Do you talk to Lizzie about it? Or are you just like, oh, all right, no, I'm turning the corner, I'm pivoting. And
I more so, I didn't really have, like, I just didn't have any plans. I had so much of my effort and time, and I don't want to say identity. I knew I was a good person without like the element of competing, But what is really important to me, and I guess it'll probably be important to me in whatever I'm doing for the rest of my life, is that I'm the best at what I'm doing. I just really want to be the best at what I'm doing, whether that's writing a workout for people, teaching someone how to squat, doing a podcast, or competing. I want to be the best. I fucking hate thinking that there's other people that are doing it better than me. I just do not like that. So when I got hurt, I was like, what am I going to do? I've put so much energy into this, into being the best, as good as I could possibly be. And I haven't been putting any energy into really anything else. And I don't just want to pivot and fucking suck dick at what I'm doing. So I had this, it was this huge hole. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? And I was very into coaching. So that was like, hey, that next element that was a part of CrossFit and was a part of my journey was coaching. And I took my coaching so seriously. And I'm really grateful for Andy for that, because that was a natural pivot. It was like, okay, I can put a lot of effort into coaching now. I can be an amazing coach. I already am a great coach, but I can put like a ton of effort into that. So I started to do that. And then it was like really shortly after that, Andy's like, hey, you can't coach all of the classes here. You're going to burn out. And, you know, there are other coaches and whatever. And you got to find something else to do, because I can't pay you full time. And that's when I was like, maybe I should start a program. I'm really good at writing workouts. I have a lot of experience doing it. I've learned from some of the best people in CrossFit doing it. So they kind of just came naturally. I didn't think too hard on it, though. I would just say that it was, I probably had been through enough experiences in my life to make that transition through adversity smooth, or as smooth as it could be. And I don't want to say it was like easy. It hurt a lot getting hurt and me feeling like, you know, it still is like this pit in my stomach, knowing that I have, you know, could be at a certain level. And because I made the choice to get on a skateboard 5 years ago,
Right.
and fucking explode my knee, like that's just not in the cards. And so like I definitely am like, man, I wish I could take that day back in some ways, but in every other way I don't. So I don't know. I think it's weird.
Would you still be the like if you were training to go to the games and you hadn't done that, you hadn't gotten on that skateboard 5 years ago, would you still be the like kind of the personality that you are,
The shit talker.
the troll online that you are, the I don't give a fuck on a podcast that you are? Would you still be that person, do you think?
Probably not. Just, I mean, every time you go through something really, really hard, it adds kind of it adds like a callus to who you are, and not a bad callus, but like these surface level things in life are just, they don't mean anything. And like laughing and having fun, like that stuff really matters, even at your friend's expense and even at my own expense. Like laughing at Bryson's expense is funny, and he needs to have the skin that's thick enough to handle that and laugh at himself. And same for me. I need to have thick enough skin to be able to laugh at myself. So I would say in that way, I probably wouldn't be the same person. I probably, I do think that if I hadn't hurt my knee, I don't know. I think I'm good enough to make it to the games.
We do too.
I probably would have made it. I don't think I would have moved to Charlotte. So there are a lot of things that would have gone differently, and I probably would not be I definitely wouldn't be the person I am today. And I think I would not be as good of a person as I am today if I hadn't had gone through what I've gone through. But I think the important thing, or maybe not important, but a really relevant thing, is I had been through so much adversity prior to that transition made things like really smooth. So, you know, I had been through so much adversity prior to me hurting my knee on a skateboard. And then I got it fixed, and then I competed a lot. And then I hurt it again. And I was like, well, at least I know what to fucking do. Like, I don't need to pay a PT. Like, I know how to rehab my fucking knee. So I I think that all of those previous experiences, like my grandfather dying when I was really young, then my dad dying, then my grandmother dying, then me being a drug addict and getting sober, and then, you know, whatever, I've been, you know, kicked out of 5 different schools and then like arrested and DUIs and all these things, and getting sober, paying off debt, learning how to have a job, all these things served to make new adversity a lot smoother for me. And I'm sure there will be instances in my life in the future where something happens to me that's harder than I could have ever imagined going through, harder than anything I have gone through, but I think I'll handle it well because of what I've gone through. So when like, have I thought, I don't know, I just didn't think about anything. It just kind of like, I just put my head down and was like, well, I kind of know what this feels like. And if I sit here and fucking wallow in how much it sucks and this existential depression of like, oh, I'm never going to make it to the games, like, I'm just not going to go anywhere. So I definitely felt that way for like a couple days, but then I was just like, I have to find something to be good at.
Who kind of picked you up from that? Like, were you already on the Sevon podcast? Were you already like starting your podcast journey a little bit?
I had done like maybe 2 or 3 shows with Sevon at that point, maybe 2. I remember calling him after getting hurt and being like really nervous and be like, man, this guy's like, I've done 2 shows with him and we have talked about doing shows more regularly. I'm not a competitor now. He's not going to give a fuck. So like, there goes that opportunity. I was like, I'm never going to fucking be relevant in that way. And not that I was looking for relevancy, but more than anything, like I looked up to him a ton. I was like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever. I get to fucking go on a podcast with the guy who was the CMO of CrossFit, who lived with Greg Glassman, who did all of the road to the games and the behind the scenes. Like that was the coolest fucking thing ever. And I remember thinking, man, when I tell him, he's going to be like, oh, this fucking pussy. And not that I thought he was a bad person. I didn't think he was a bad person. That's not what I thought. I just thought that like, and not in a negative way, but like I didn't have anything to offer at that point.
Well, yeah. And
that was more you.
Yeah.
That's more how you felt. And you thought it was going to come from him, but you felt like, fuck. He showed interest in me because of this. And now that I can't bring that, fuck, what can I do?
Yeah. So I remember calling being like, I got fucking hurt, dude. And I don't know what to do. He's like, I don't even remember him. I don't remember much of the phone call. I just remember that I called him and told him that. And my expectation was like, I was maybe looking for some advice from him. And I don't remember getting any good advice. No offense. And if he did it, if he did give it, I wasn't. Yeah, I probably still wasn't even in a place where I could receive it. But
I would say he probably gives you guys less information to allow you guys to rise to the occasion of whatever that looks like. He doesn't seem like the one that's gonna sit there and like hold your hand through everything. It's more like
Judy Reed. He told you to stop being a pussy. Yeah, I can see that.
Words of wisdom.
I don't think he said that. I think he just didn't. No offense to him, I don't think he gave a fuck. And I probably would feel the same way. Like he's been through probably so much in his life where he was like, "Oh, this guy hurt his fucking knee. Boo hoo." You weren't gonna compete past 30-3 anyway. So boo hoo. You have to figure out what you're gonna do with your life sooner. Like it's probably
or he
good.
thought, fucking good, you busted your knee, now come be on my podcast all day long every fucking day and do all the shit.
maybe that, but I think as soon as shortly after that stuff happened, I just started, I didn't even have this conscious thought of thinking of how could I be of value in other ways to other people. I just thought I have to find something that I can pour myself into and be good at. I have to find something that I want to do and love to do and that I can be great at. And that, I think first that was starting Sentinel. Because I knew that all the big programs coming out were just giving people garbage, trash, fucking workets and not
that was
coaching
so
people.
Cool. That was so cool. And I'm so mad they made you like change your fucking name. I'm so pissed at that.
It's for the better. It's for the better. It really is best that it's not in my named after me. Yeah. So
I
yeah,
totally
it's just wild.
it really has been fun because I saw you at Wadapalooza. Like I saw
Yeah.
the event you won at Wadapalooza. I watched them talk about you a little bit, and it was
That's a good idea.
Bernie Gavin. Have you considered a morning companion show to your JR's programming show? Maybe about nutrition and lifestyle. I'm thinking Shut Up and Scramble. Shut up and I'm only laughing because I have a deli and I scramble eggs all the time. So that's kind of fire.
I love, yeah. I probably, Bryson and I probably do need to start like something for Sentinel, like a podcast for Sentinel, just a coaching podcast, or do it on Savon's channel or whatever. But yeah, I just didn't think a lot about things. I feel like I had a lot of influence. I feel like honestly, I attribute most of it to getting sober, which was a huge kind of first step. Like I took the baby step of knowing like, holy fuck, I need to get help. And then I took an additional baby step in AA of like listening to a sponsor. And then I took an additional baby step, which I think laid a foundation for the rest of my life that I take for granted a lot. And that is when you do your fourth step moral inventory and then you share it with the sponsor, it really is like, it's kind of going through all your resentments and all of your wrongdoings and like, this effort to pull back the curtain on the actions that you've taken and what has created the person that you are at that point in time, and coming clean about all of it. But there were these other elements that I had a sponsor that would take that kind of added layers to it, like a secrets list. Like we had this thing where he was like, what are your fucking deepest, darkest secrets that you would never tell anyone? I was like, why would I tell someone that? But the point was, I had all of these things that I had done, all these people that I had wronged, and all of these secrets that I couldn't share with anyone because I was scared that if I shared these secrets, people wouldn't love who I actually was and what I had done. And then I had all these wrongdoings and resentments and et cetera that added up to, hey, I really don't like the person that I am. And pulling back the curtain on that and seeing that, hey, I can be honest about who I am entirely. And people still care about me. People still love me. They're not going to lie to me and tell me I'm a great person, but they're going to give me the opportunity to make those wrongs right and become a great person or a good person. And that, I think that element of like, I could tell, I'm not going to tell everyone everything. I'm not going to get on this podcast and tell my deepest, darkest secrets, but I come really close. There's probably 4 things that I wouldn't say on the podcast. And I mean that, like 4.
Yeah.
And everything else, I'm pretty honest about. But those 4 things, there are probably 30 people in my life that know them, maybe more even. And like the sense of freedom that I have as a person, knowing that I don't have to hide who I am, I probably take that for granted. And I would say that's probably the most valuable thing that I learned early on. And then I got into a lot of reading, and like kind of self-help bullshit and like military autobiographies of people that I wanted to emulate. And I started doing that because in AA, they talk about finding someone who has what you want. And like, typically, hey, oh, that guy's happy and he's sober. He has what I want. But like, then you get sober and you have some happiness and you're like, wow, I need more than just like, that's bare minimum fucking shit. Being sober and being happy. That's like the normal stuff for most people. So now I need to find someone who is a really good leader. They're super successful. They started their own business. They have an incredible family. They know how to raise children. They do the right thing all the time. Like that, these high achieving characteristics that I wanted to emulate. And I would read a lot about that stuff. And I would say I just read so much of that stuff that when life has given me opportunities to do the wrong thing or the right thing, I've done the wrong thing enough times to know that it doesn't work out well. Yeah. And I've had to correct that and then go back and apologize for it and make amends for it. And that also feels like shit. Mm-hmm. And then I've also done the right thing at this point in my life enough times to know that even if it's way more uncomfortable in the moment, it turns out for the better. So I just think that those little moments, like I was like, hey, I'm going to fucking be of as much value to this show as I possibly can. If I can't be a competitor, I'm going to learn how to fucking talk about programming and workouts. If I can't get on the floor and show how good I am in that sense, like I'm going to add a different element. And that I didn't think those thoughts consciously. They just kind of came from the path that I was on, maybe.
I want to ask, I want to go back to, you said something crazy, not crazy, but like coming from a place of going through the steps and making amends and going back and being like, hey, I made a mistake, I'm sorry. I wonder if it's easier for you because you've actually had to like program yourself to do it. Whereas people that haven't gone through all of the things that you've gone through, it's very difficult for them to be like, oh shit, I said some fucked up shit. I probably shouldn't have said it. I should go back and say sorry. Garrett.
Yeah. What's up?
No, bro.
Love you.
Love you. Goodbye.
How about some dinner?
He knows you're on. That's the problem. Is it he knows it's you? It's like the same way with Souza or Chase or whatever.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
he
yeah.
knows it's you guys, and then he just gets like
Excited.
He's such a good
Sorry,
kid.
that
I
was
gotta
a very
yeah, I gotta stop telling him
Who's
who's
on.
actually on
Yeah.
because then he just loses his freaking mind.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess cameo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I wonder if that's a thing because there are people that haven't gone through what you've gone through, right? Like and they just they can't look at something and be like, oh shit, I might have been wrong. I should probably go back and say, hey, I'm sorry, I might have been wrong about this. Like what, but you can, and you have been through all of this. You've been through addiction, you've been through loss, you've been through, and you can be like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have said that thing. That probably wasn't the greatest in the moment. Like my bad. I wish I could take that back.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? But do you think that helps? Like,
Yeah, I think that I would also say that like I am a caring person and I don't want to hurt people. So if I say something and then someone's like, "Hey, that really hurt that person," my first instinct isn't that pussy. My first instinct is like, "Oh man, I didn't want to hurt that person's feelings." I have really thick skin, so people can say really anything to me, with the exception of like, there's obviously everybody has a boundary, and I have a boundary, but like. It is like my boundary is really hard to cross if you're like a pretty normal person. And so I say things that probably are way over other people's boundaries and I just don't think about it. And then when I have
Jeremy speaking
right.
to you, that was funny the other night though.
Free therapy. Free therapy, Jeremy.
We love
You're
you,
getting
Jeremy.
Free therapy right now.
So I didn't I when I do that, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to hurt that person's feelings.
Except for Bryson.
Yeah.
Because Bryson loves crossing
even with him, hey, when I cross his boundary, I feel the worst. But so yeah, like when I am aware of that, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. But at the same time, I don't live my life always concerned about other people's feelings, and I'm very glad that I don't, because that's a trap in and of itself. And it's a trap that, I mean, Lizzie probably gets annoyed at me when I say that. She'll be like, I'm feeling this. I'm like, yeah, feelings aren't facts. And sometimes I'm too much of a dick about it. And I want that for like our future family too. Like, feelings are super important, but we're really good at lying to ourselves about, oh, this made me feel that way, and it's that person's fault. It's like, dude, you can't control other people, and you should probably be able to laugh if somebody calls you a name, if it's funny. And if it's not funny, you should be like, wow, that person's an idiot. So I would say that self-awareness, I think also like attached to that, I really do like, I don't want to hurt people. And I also like, maybe this is another element of like my childhood, like some of the like I used to watch Jackass a lot, and I used to like idolize the people on that show. And I remember I watched the first one with my dad. Yeah, I watched him. His brother, Jeff Tremaine or Johnny Tremaine, I can't remember. Maybe the director of the series is Jeff Tremaine, and his brother was the administrator at my high school. And so Johnny Knoxville spoke at our graduation.
Oh, fun.
But I watched that movie in theaters with my dad when I was like 11, and then I watched every subsequent one. And then like we got a home video camera. Like me and my friends would always try to like do jackass videos, and so I felt that's kind of like Till Taylor has kind of an element of that humor and
Yes,
making fun
it
of each other.
does. Yeah.
Those are other ways we're thinking of innovating is the humor aspect of the show. Like we have some big things in that department that are coming down the pipe, so to speak. But
Pause.
yeah, I think
No,
I'm
I just
lucky. I'm lucky I've been through those things for sure.
I do think there's an element of, hey, you looking at yourself and being like, hey, why do those words hurt me? Right. But Colleen and I were talking about this the other day, and it's like, hey, when someone says this or says that, like, why does that actually hurt me?
Hmm.
And then being like, it doesn't actually hurt me.
Right.
But
or it doesn't from somebody that you don't know, but it
Right.
does from the people that.
yeah, like if I said it to her, it
Yeah.
would hurt her.
Yeah, like
But-
if we're having a conversation or disagreeing about something or whatever, there are times that she'll say things and I'm like, okay, that I didn't receive that well.
Yeah.
And before I used to get upset with her and say, why would you say that to me? You hurt my feelings. Now I'm like, why did that hurt my feelings? What is it that she said that hurt my feelings? And then we talk about that. And then you just work through it that way, you know?
That was another good show, Ridiculousness, Judy, with Rob
Yes.
Dyrdek and Big Black. I used to
Yep.
watch the fuck out of that. The things that like are like there are, I would say the boundaries a lot. Like for people I don't know, the boundaries, like if you talk about my family, like, and especially my wife, that's just the boundary, and I just won't tolerate it. And I mean, like, I'll block you. I'll have nothing to fucking do with you. And if you do it once, like, that's it.
Yeah,
I know
for
who
sure.
you are.
Yeah.
And I'm done with you. The boundary, and all my friends know that, so I don't worry about that from them. But like, if someone I don't know calls my character into question, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But like, if someone I'm really good friends with does, that hurts me. And that definitely, if it's not warranted, it's a cross boundary. And that's kind of a gray area too. Like if I am actually acting on defect and someone close to me points it out, I'm very grateful they point it out, even if it hurts in the moment. But if someone who's close to me is like, you know, calling my character into question just to fucking hurt me, that's like a cross boundary. You know what I mean? And that'll hurt my feelings. But
normally if someone that I don't really know says some shit and I get affected by it, I know it's because it's something that I'm dealing with, and I think that they're talking to me, but they're not actually fucking talking to me.
Right.
They're saying whatever it is that they're saying. I have an insecurity about something in my life, and now I'm taking some sort of like emotional reaction to it.
Yeah.
But they're not fucking talking to me. Like it's something with me. So I had to figure that shit out. I did really want to talk about this with you because I saw you talking about it on Sev's show, and we've talked about it a little bit on this show, but the Charlie Kirk thing, I don't want to go into some dark ass and like whatever, but
no, we should talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. Craziness. I will always remember where I was when I found out he got shot. He's one of those figures that I will like literally, and not because I watched him a ton. I didn't believe everything that he believed, but I respected it, and I respected his ability to talk about it to people that didn't respect him at all. And for me, I just like, I knew the moment that I heard it, and I knew the moment the announcement that he had passed, I knew some shit in this country was going to happen. Like, I knew it was going to change. I knew it was going to be. I'm not surprised about the march that happened in London. Like, I'm not surprised.
I think that was planned before, I thought.
I know, but for that many people to go out, you don't think that?
Yeah, for sure that played a role, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I was on Peter's show, and it was Wednesday. His Around the Whiteboard show. And I think the visceral reaction kind of from the whole country, I mean, I really hate hearing this. I hate hearing nobody cared when that Democrat lady got killed, or where was the uproar at this school shooting or that. Well, hey, if there were a body camera on the killer and we saw a bunch of kids get fucking exploded by a gun and blood gushing everywhere, yeah, there'd be a crazy reaction. Just like seeing the fucking bullet hit him in the neck and the blood squirting him and going like this and fucking lurching over. And then knowing that his daughter's right there, of fucking course everybody's freaking out. And also, he was literally doing kind of the most American thing you can possibly do. And I don't mean the most white thing and the most conservative thing. No, he was doing the most American thing you could do, debating people who had disagreements with him peacefully. And not being afraid and not swearing. He didn't swear at people. You know, he wasn't fuck you. Like, it wasn't that. He was just,
They were doing that to him.
right,
Yeah.
just
They
debating.
would curse him. They would curse him out.
So he got fucking blasted for doing the most American thing you could possibly do. And that's like a shocking, paired with seeing the video and paired with knowing that like people killed him. I mean, hey, I think everyone's gut instinct was they shot him because of what he believed in and because of what he was debating. Turns out we think still that's likely true. Like all those things together, it's like an attack. It's an attack on all of us. Like, now I know that if I go out in public and I talk about something, if someone doesn't like it, they could just fucking kill me.
Yeah, and that's a horrible place to be. And like Brianna, we were talking about it with Brianna the other day, and he platformed everybody though, dude. Like
Yeah.
every time, it wasn't like he just platformed like religious conservatives. He would talk to everybody and have conversations with everybody. And those people that the like liberals that he platformed are actually going out and saying like, he platformed us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they're getting shit for it. Like their own people are giving them shit for saying like Charlie wasn't a bad dude. You know what I mean? He always let me speak. He always let me come on. He always let me, and they're even getting shit. Like that's how wild it is.
I'm not super religious. I'm not religious at all. I'm spiritual and I believe in God. But I don't go to church. But I think, and I don't think this is a religious thing, so I don't know why maybe I felt the need to kind of elaborate on that. But I think it's spiritual more than anything, I would say. But I think a hard line is being drawn in the sand in our country of like good versus evil. And I really do believe that, like good people who have a good heart and who can sympathize or empathize with others and who can see like, hey, just because we have differences doesn't mean I need to hurt someone. And people who believe in liberty and people who understand that, hey, me disagreeing with someone's beliefs isn't me hurting them, especially verbally. There's a line being drawn between people who accept those truths of our reality and kind of American idealism and liberty, etc., and the people who at their core don't believe in that stuff. And I hope that as many of those people that don't believe in that stuff will slowly see the reality of those things and come to the side of America is amazing, liberty is the most important thing, and that we can have disagreements and not kill each other. But I think that we are at a point where like it is good versus evil. And I think that evil has flourished over the past 10 years because people who disagree with it have been scared to disagree with it. And when ideas go unchallenged, they grow and they fester and they take a stranglehold on society. And I think all of these evil ideas, that like, hey, if you disagree with someone and you don't like what they're saying, call them a Nazi, call them a fascist, try to ban them from talking or threaten them physically. Like those things have been able to grow and fester because they've gone unchallenged, and that can't happen anymore. And so I have zero tolerance going forward for, keep your political beliefs to yourself. No, absolutely not. Abso-fucking-lutely not. And I saw a post by Jason Ackerman. It was a post the other day. It was after the Charlie Kirk thing. And he was like, You know, if you're a business owner, keep your political beliefs to yourself. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I saw that and I just thought, well, another classic Jason Ackerman rage bait post. Like, what do you expect from this fucking hack? All he's trying to do is get people up in arms and to create controversy that he can drive engagement. 2, be a fucking leader, dude. That is the most cuck shit I've fucking ever seen, because keeping your mouth shut when you believe that what you stand for is righteous and good, and allowing what is evil and bad to fester and grow in your fucking community is what got us where we are. Me being a fucking pussy and not being able to stand up for myself when I would hear people say, like, if you don't support abortion, you hate women and all these things. I'm like, oh, keep my mouth shut. Fuck that. No way. Yeah. No longer. And I don't need to be violent about it, but I'm not going to be a fucking pussy anymore.
I like this. If you use my truth, you are part of the problem. I've been grappling with that because I think it's my experience. Like, if I say to you, like, hey, from my experience and my lived experience, this is kind of how I've come to this conclusion, I think that's fine. But I do agree with you, D-Reed, like, using my truth is kind of like making you believe my truth, and I don't have to. Like, like, I don't have to believe your truth. I can understand your experience, but I don't have to believe your truth.
And that's what I think. This is the amazing thing about what Charlie was, what he stood for, and his quote on empathy. His full quote on empathy was something to the effect of, I think sympathy is a better word, because there's no true way for me to know what that person has experienced and what they've gone through. And I can't actually put myself in their shoes because I haven't lived their life. So I will never know what it's like to be Garrett Clinton. And so for me to say I empathize with you is kind of a lie. I can sympathize with you and I can try to, but I don't actually know what it's like to be you. And so for me to pretend like I do is fucking bullshit. And yeah, you will have the experiences that you've had shape what you believe. And that's kind of what he was saying in that quote is, people believe the things they believe because of the experiences that they've had as a person. So ask about those experiences. And just because you've experienced some things doesn't make your belief on something true for everyone or true in general. And I think we need to, as a country, like, hey, let's reassert what truth actually means and accept maybe that we have to have one truth as a society that we can all generally accept so that we can act in a civilized manner going forward in cohesion. And it's when we have these beliefs that two opposing things can be true at the same time, like, that's where we get dangerous. And so I think we need to probably not redefine, but reassert what truth actually means. And truth shouldn't mean that your experience and my experience is the same thing, but there has to be common ground of things that we can agree on. And from those common grounds and those shared agreements, then we can explore each other's beliefs. If we don't have the same basis of reality and truth, we can't have any kind of argument. Do you know what I mean?
I like this. My experience is not all encompassing. Have to be open to others' experiences. Yes, Adam Murphy. I absolutely agree with that. Okay, caller. Sorry. What's up, dude? Where are you going?
What's up, guys? It's Plumber.
Hey, Will. What's going on?
So just like a little observation on the whole thing, and it pertains more to like events that are big, right? Anytime there's something huge right now in like recent years, honestly, since 2020 or even before that, right? Whenever there's a Charlie Kirk or even like a George Floyd situation, the aftermath and like kind of outlash on social media, it's when those events are so big that it pours out onto the streets and other things. It's when you kind of see how everything can escalate so fast. But more so like on the social media side where everyone is voicing their opinions, and whether it's the, kind of state pushed narrative or the counterculture to it, it just gets so violent and there's so much of it going on that, and this is me personally, I choose, even if I feel as strongly either way, to just post what I'm normally doing, right? To just go about business as usual. What are your guys' opinions on that? Kind of like the Michael Jordan, well, Republicans 5, Nikes 2 situation where you're just going to keep doing your thing and like not pick a side necessarily. Just
I won't pick a side on my social media just because I don't use social media as a way to communicate. Like if you want to hear me talk, like you come hear me talk long form. You know what I mean? I want to have a conversation. I want to know what you think. I want to say what I think. Let's have a long form conversation. I don't do the social media social media
because
posts.
I feel the difference in comment sections is I'm gonna tell you what you should believe, or I'm gonna tell you what you're saying is wrong. And I don't feel like it's the same type of open conversation like Garrett was just talking about. If we want to have an open conversation, let's sit down and have a conversation. It's the same way that like if you need to, like if I need to talk to Garrett about something, I'm not going to text her about that important thing that I need to talk about. Like we're going to sit down, we're going to go face to face and we're going to talk about it, you know? And I think that comment sections, I think it's nothing but people just yelling at each other and spewing names at each other. And it's not really there for conversation. It's more of, I'm going to tell you how fucking stupid you are. I'm going to tell you how much of a this you are. I'm going to tell you how much of a that you are. So I don't, even if I see a comment that I'm like, oh my God,
I want to fuck you up right now. Like I'm
not even that anymore.
I get so
like,
pissed at comments.
Like before I used to get so pissed off, but more of like, I have so many questions for you.
Mhm.
Like for you to go out of your way to make a comment like that. Like I have so many questions for you. So.
Want to weigh in, Taylor?
Yeah, I think I agree that social media is a horrible place to just plant a flag and run away. You know what I mean? Like I believe in abortion and then just run or whatever claim you're going to stake. But I do think that people with large platforms, if we don't have some sort of like balancing of the scales where all of these people with massive platforms speak up on what they believe is right, and we just get the fucking dumb bitch Taylor Swift, get your COVID shot, I'm sponsored by Pfizer, or the Travis Kelce or the Serena Williams, GLP-1s are good for you. Like if that's all we're getting, I mean, it is fucking rotting our society. These people who everyone looks up to so much, just doing evil shit for money. And that is fucking evil of Taylor Swift and Serena Williams. I think that's fucking evil. Whereas you have Novak Djokovic getting put in fucking prison because he's not going to get vaccinated in Australia to play in their fucking, tennis tournament. We need more of that. We need more of the Novak Djokovic's and Max Verstappen saying, yeah, I'm boycotting, this trans rally at the Formula One race. I just want to race. I don't want anything to do with politics. I'm just here to race. So I'm not going to it. And he gets a huge fine. Or Lamar Jackson saying, I fucking cannot believe people are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. That is disgusting. Or the Minnesota Vikings Justin Jefferson receiver donating, saying, hey, for the rest of their lives, Charlie Kirk's children, I'm going to pay for every living and education expense they have or whatever. And donate. Like we need more of that. We need more people stepping up and showing what they believe in, because you have, I don't know. I just think that the left, and not Democrats and liberals, but like the leftist, like really progressive left, is taking this vocal stranglehold on society where they're the only ones speaking out, and we just can't have that anymore. I just don't think that. I think that's why we're in this mess, is because it basically was the left is so loud, and they're set. And when anyone tries to speak out against it, it's you're a Nazi, you're a racist, you're a fascist, you're a misogynist, you're a homophobe, you're transphobe, whatever. So the right's like,
give me 1 second. Not this. So before I answer this question, and I will answer this question, I need you to tell me whatever it is that your name is, Paradiddle. Which sounds weird. Do you did you hear the clip that they put out of it, and that's why you're asking me this clip? Like, did you hear the 10-second clip of this, and now that's why you're asking me this question? Or are you asking me this question because you really want to know what I believe?
That's an
And then I'll-
interesting. Did this happen recently?
It's one of the clips.
It's
that are
one of the clips that are
circulating.
going around about Charlie Kirk saying that he and that's their argument. But I want to know.
Let's talk about this after I finish that statement. But essentially, like, leftists got so enabled and comfortable calling other people horrible names for just differing their opinion or offering a different opinion or challenging their opinion, that people were like, I don't want to get called a racist today, so I'm just not going to speak up. I don't want to get called a homophobe today, so I'm just not going to voice my opinion. And they won. Like, that was a fucking win for the left, because now they didn't have to have any of their ideas challenged. And if you did challenge them, they were going to say something that, if you actually are those things, you're a piece of shit. Like, if you're a homophobe, if you're a racist, if you actually think women are less than, yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit. But like, they weaponized those words on fucking half the country, and it's just not true. And so we can't, I can't sit back, and if someone wants to call me a racist, misogynist, homophobe, whatever, say whatever the fuck you want. I'm just not going to silence me. But I want to talk about this because I think, yeah,
you here we go.
Yeah,
okay. Wait, let me, Plumber, are you staying on, or you want to like we're about to get into a conversation right now.
Let's dig deep. Let's fuck this guy up.
What are you doing? We're about.
Okay. We love you. Bye.
We love you. I'll talk to you later.
We love you. Bye. I don't want to listen to the wind blow.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't want to listen to the wind
I was
blow
trying
in the
to.
background.
I was trying to like keep the volume going, but okay. So
pull it up, and who wants to field it first? Oh,
I'm asking because Taylor keeps saying it is wrong to challenge the notion of thinking abortion.
You want me
wrong.
to field it? Since
I
he's
mean,
addressing
I think we all should. It is in
Okay.
black and white. I think we all should. But go ahead. If he's talking to you, so
Yeah. I want to address it. Pull the original comment up,
Yeah.
just so everyone can see it. First off, you're making the presupposition that I think abortion is wrong. That's an assumption. I don't think abortion is wrong in all instances, but I do think that if a father raped a 10-year-old girl, I believe that a baby and a fetus is a human being, and human beings have rights, inalienable rights. And that just because that living thing is inside another person, it does not mean it's not a fucking person. And that if you kill it, depending on the reason, it isn't murder. So to say that because the father committed a crime, the now baby has to suffer the consequences. Yeah, I'm not smart enough to come up with a way where I can rationalize that as being okay. So I'm not so smart that I can find this rationalization within my brain to say, because some criminal raped my wife, say this happened, some criminal rapes Lizzie, now the baby that's in her body has to die and suffer because of what that criminal did. It's a different person. So let's just say this. That guy comes and rapes Lizzie. She doesn't get pregnant. Should I just fucking kill Lizzie now because now she's been raped? It's her fault. I mean, if you're going to call it the baby's fault and the baby should die.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Okay, dude, I get what you're saying. You want to talk about the rights of the 10-year-old child. Fine. So
what are her rights? Her right is to life.
No, the rights of the 10-year-old child if she doesn't want to have the baby. I'm not sure. Like, my period started when I was 12. So I don't know if I could have gotten pregnant at 10. There's probably girls out there that their period started at that age. I was molested for most of that time frame, that 9 to 12-year-old time frame. So yeah, I probably could have gotten pregnant at that time. I don't know what I would have wanted to have done. I don't know. I hope that I would have had the choice to make. Also, there's an argument for the child that would have been in me has a life and has a right to life. There's that argument too. And I'm not opposed to that argument. And yeah, does it suck? Does it fucking suck? Of course it does. It sucks for the 10-year-old, 12-year-old girl, 13, 14-year-old girl. It sucks for her. And it like, so yeah, do I hope that there's a choice for her? Sure. But also, I'm not opposed to listening to the idea of someone who thinks that if there's a baby there, that baby is a life. Like, I'm not opposed to listening to that.
I would say, and I don't have that experience, so obviously I'm speaking from a completely different place. If it's, hey, this 10-year-old girl's gonna die if she has this baby, that's a different fucking story. Yeah, you take the 10-year, in my opinion, I think you can't, in my opinion, it wouldn't be okay to say, hey, we're not gonna abort this child, and the mother, the 10-year-old in this instance, is essentially gonna die. I think that's one instance for me personally that medical abortions, to say, like, if Lizzie gets pregnant and it's her, the baby, I'm choosing her 10 out of 10 times. She can have another baby.
I've said that forever.
Right.
Don't tell me, because I'm choosing my wife.
Right. Like, and I think a lot of people feel that way. It's not like, oh, look, this conversation, again, because it's such a touchy subject and we can't have a long form conversation about it, leftists have turned it into, if you are not pro-choice, you want to ban all abortions and everyone who is at risk should die. That's not what I'm saying. I think in the sense of, I mean, the 10-year-old thing is like, it's the most extreme example that does happen, but it's not, for me, when it's a voting issue, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not voting on, hey, if this 10-year-old gets raped, should they be able to abort the baby or not? I'm voting on.
It's a horrible fucking thing. And that's the thing, dude. Like, it pulls at our heartstrings, and I get it. It's fucking horrible. And the same thing, anybody. Like, and you want to talk about, like, when we say, like, hey, we don't want men in women's bathrooms, and you tell us that it's the 0.0001%, like, that's what we're talking about too. That's why the long form conversations has to happen. Like, is it though?
Yeah, I think this is G Paradiddle goes, I appreciate that you're willing to have the conversation. Do you not think there is a problem with the politicians and provocateurs calling leftists murderers, thinking abortion should be an option? I think having carte blanche pro-choice, that no, it is not. There is no problem with calling a spade a spade. So here's the problem with calling Trump a Nazi. Trump doesn't think all Jews should be rounded up in internment camps and exterminated. So calling him a Nazi is actually false. Trump is not using lawfare to put all of his political oppositions in jail. So calling him a fascist is also false. Do you know who actually did that? Joe Biden used lawfare to try to get Trump arrested, and so did the progressive leftist judicial system in New York. So using
I know who this is. Go ahead.
It doesn't even matter. But using words to describe something that isn't true, there's a problem with that. To me, if you have a baby in your womb and you abort it because you're not ready for a kid and you don't want one, you're murdering someone. You are actively killing a human being. Who are you? Who is any human being on earth to decide that this baby inside of a person isn't a human being? Like, who? It's playing God. And I don't know. I feel strongly that I'm never going to be a woman, so I'm never going to be pregnant.
I have a problem with any side, left or right, scaring us into doing something that we don't want to do. I have a problem with anybody saying, like, hey, this baby isn't a baby and you shouldn't have it. And the way that, like, I have a problem with doctors, Colleen, the conversation that you had today with Sarah Beth. I have a problem with doctors scaring us into, while we're pregnant, getting the flu shot, or I have a problem with any side scaring women into doing shit that they want them to do. Either side. Like, so yeah. Give us the information. Let us fucking figure it out.
That's where I come from.
And don't bother me.
That's my stance on it. give
And also, if
more
my 9 or
information.
10-year-old daughter is raped and pregnant, hey, I'm her mother. I will help her. We will figure it out together. And whatever comes from that, she's my minor child and I will take care of her. So
That's
I
really
don't-
important. That's really important because
Like,
also thinking
get
that
out
the
of my
10-year-old,
house.
right? Also thinking that the 10-year-old has the capacity to make that choice themselves is insane. I mean, that again, I think that's kind of where we've gotten to with trans ideology and letting kids decide, hey, I want to put a bra on, and that means that I need to cut my penis off and take hormone blockers. Like I wore a bra as a kid. Could you imagine if I told could you imagine
Yeah,
my mom listening
I'm
to
the
me when I said I
parent.
want to be a girl?
I'm the
Um,
parent. Get out of here.
Yeah, and what I'm
And
what
I'm
I'm
a
reading
parent
is
about that. The
this.
same thing you just said, Taylor, about the hormone blockers and the whatever for a 10-year-old. I'm the parent. I get to decide that shit for my kid. I get to decide what's going to happen for my kid.
Paradiddle is saying that the current administration is taking that away from you.
This one, the last one was.
I think that, well, if they took away Roe versus Wade, which it then says it's not the federal government's job, it's the state government's job to regulate.
Yes.
Maybe we just have a disagreement, and it is, I'm not sure that I believe under certain circumstances abortion should be a choice. I think that under medical circumstances and maybe criminal ones in this instance, maybe even I'm open to even the rape instance being one of these circumstances where
it's a
you can have a
criminal
choice.
one. Yeah,
right,
sure.
right.
Yeah.
I'm open to that being one too. I haven't thought it through enough, but I do not think that I'm not in the place in my life where I think that I'm okay with people just deciding they're not ready and that they had an accident and they didn't use protection or this or that or for whatever reason, and they can get an abortion, or they can't provide for the kid and so they're going to get an abortion. So I don't think, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. And I do believe in the death penalty. They asked that a second question, maybe trying to prove a point. I 100%. This is why I believe in the death penalty for rapists and pedophiles and molesters and murderers is, hey, if you know that if you rape someone and you get fucking caught, you're going to die, you're probably a lot less likely to do that. And then maybe we have less rapes and less pregnancies due to rapes because of that. I don't think people who commit that vile act should be alive. I think should be fucking killed. I don't know. I have some hot takes.
Sorry, my bad. Summer Vine, did I overstep my wife? Colleen had some things
I
to
am
say.
overstepping a lot.
Yeah, I'm
here.
probably overstepping her too.
No, I think it's not black and white. I don't think it's a one or the other. I think that it's the issue that I have is this lack of information. I think that one side pushes one agenda very hard and leaves out the rest of the conversation. And I think the other side does the same thing. And I think that if all the information is given, then the conversation can be had and the choices can be made without turning around and being like, I wish I knew this before I made this decision. So when it comes to abortion, I don't think that anybody has the right to tell anybody what to do. I am pro-choice on that, but also understanding that exactly what abortion is that you are killing a baby at whatever stage that is. So I think if you give all the information, then allow people to make that choice, but knowing exactly what it is. When it comes to the child, I absolutely agree with Garrett. Like, that is a singular situation and it should be between it should be with the parents.
In that situation.
Being in that situation and being told that the government is going to decide what children will do against, and leaving a parent's choice and leaving a parent's guidance out of the conversation, I don't agree with. And that was something that was.
And I'm looking at something in the comments. Sorry, I'm not reacting to you at all.
So
I mean, the other thing is we are told we can't murder people. So if we're going to accept the reality that we're killing something, then we also have to accept that in some circumstances, killing that thing is murder. So, right, if I'm willing to be open to the possibility to say, hey, in that 10-year-old's instance, we can't call this murder because of that specific scenario. Or if that girl's going to die if she has the baby and we're picking her over the baby, we're not going to call that murder. Just like, hey, if somebody crosses the street while I'm driving and I have a green light and I fucking hit them and they die, I didn't murder that person. You know, maybe at worst I'm charged with manslaughter, or maybe it's just a fucking accident. But there are different contexts to the situation where, hey, if I'm looking at my phone and it's a red light and that guy crosses the street, then I fucking killed that person. Just like if it's at 12 weeks and I've all of a sudden I've decided, fuck, I'm not ready to give up the rest of my life. I don't know. And I've also never been in that situation, but like, I hope I never fucking kill somebody in my car, and I hope I never fucking kill a baby. And that's, I don't know.
Look, I get it. And for me, in my mind, I'm pro-choice too. In my brain, I can reconcile like 6 weeks. After that, I can't. I don't know if I can reconcile that, but that's for me.
Yeah.
That would be my choice, like for my body, if it happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting that on any other woman anywhere. Like, if whatever the states say is whatever the states say, and if that's the rule, then that's the rule, and I follow the law. Like it.
And Charlie Kirk was killed for having this conversation. Like that.
And it's not, and I cannot even fathom that. Like, it hurts so much. Now I just want to talk about whatever the fuck I feel like talking about, and I don't give a care.
I mean, you should. That's the solution. The solution is no matter what, you talking about and having the conversation that you want to have, and not being afraid of people disagreeing and calling you a Nazi or whatever, or a murderer or whatever they want to call you. Just not being afraid of any of those things and having the conversation.
Yeah, there's so many variables and there's no one right answer. And the only right answer is the answer that you have for yourself. What's the answer for yourself and your family? And that's it. Like, I'm not trying to tell Taylor what he's supposed to think or how he's supposed to like run his household or how his wife's supposed to, like, this is how I feel about what it is in my family. Yeah. And however Taylor feels about how he feels about in his family is fine. I'm not in his family. I don't have to do that. I don't have to reconcile any of what his decisions are. I only have to reconcile what my decisions are. So that's it.
Yeah, and I'm just very much pro information and pro support without somebody else's personal agenda for what they want.
I wish people would not. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's this idea of, if you're going to give all the information and someone makes a choice whether to keep a baby, to abort a baby, for adoption of a baby, and whatever, what happens after that? Where's the support after that? You know, so for me, it's information and then choice and then support that comes after.
And this is the lie. Pull up this last comment from G.
I know.
This is the fucking lie, dude. This is the lie. And this is why I'm never going to be quiet again, because people that are fucking stupid liars, I'm going to call it out. Donald Trump is not an extremist for saying it's not a federal issue. It is a state issue. So if you live in a state right now where abortion is illegal and you're in a situation where you need a medical abortion, first off, there is no state where a medical late-term abortion to save someone's life is illegal. That's not fucking true. That's a lie. Second, if you're in a state where they just don't allow whimsical abortions because you've decided now you don't want to have a baby anymore.
Yes, Joseph, it is.
Go to a different fucking state, you stupid fucking idiot. Gosh. He's not. And lastly, imagine saying this. A president saying this isn't a federal issue. This is a state issue. We should allow the states to exercise their autonomy here. We're going to take our hands off of it. Imagine calling that extremism. That is what got Charlie Kirk killed. Extremists, Nazi, fascists. Hey, dude, and that's fine. You have a right to say that, but I have a right and now a duty to call you a fucking dumbass for saying that. And a liar.
Also, that goes back to my question. Do we actually want the federal government making all of our decisions for us? Or is it the state?
You don't have to move to get an abortion, you idiot. You get in a fucking car, you take a bus, or you go for a fucking walk. If it's that big of a deal, dude. Holy
Nah,
shit. And
somebody, hey, Dent, wrench something, time somebody out, do something.
no, keep them. Yes,
No, it's
G-Pair. I
fine.
do.
It's
I
fine.
do
Just
believe
leave
in the
him.
death penalty. I believe in the
leave him. He's
death
fine.
penalty. If you're a murderer and a rapist and a
Conversations over here,
pedophile and a
Yeah,
child
but I wanna-
molester,
Then it's fine.
they leave them. Yeah, they can just. All they're doing is displaying how stupid they are, and that's what we need. We need
We
these
don't-
people who have.
No,
these
it's fine. We
opinions.
don't wrench anybody. We've never wrenched. Oh, I think we wrenched Heidi once, but we've made amends for that. We apologized a million times, but
It was
Another-
it was when we first started and we were having a conversation we didn't understand.
yeah, we didn't understand. It was like our
Hey,
first episode ever.
G-Pair Diddle, I didn't say I didn't believe in murder. I said I didn't believe in murdering innocent people, and maybe I didn't even say that. So I think that a baby, in most senses, in a lot of senses, is innocent. So I would disagree in abortion in that sense. And I believe that if you decide to take someone's life or rape someone or molest a child, that you're no longer innocent and you should be murdered. So, and that's not murder. That's just called the death penalty. So I definitely believe in those nuances. And I would also say, to Colleen's point, talking about education, is maybe you should read up on the initial intent and why abortion and Margaret Sanger
I heard
and
Yeah.
Planned
that.
Parenthood. Like maybe you
I
should look into
heard
that,
that.
G-Pair Diddle.
Also,
So-
too, the other point I wanted to make is that's what everybody always says, and the number one thing is to vote locally. Everybody
Mhm.
says if you want change, go vote locally.
Yep.
And so that's what we do all the time. Like if
Yep.
you want to have an impact, have it on your state. If
Yeah.
you believe in something for your state, go vote for your state. The federal government's not going to fucking save you.
Did you see Bernie's? Did you see?
Garrett, does it become part of society's business when the government is spending taxpayer dollars to fund abortion on demand? Yeah,
Right.
yeah, like that. Yeah, I don't want to pay. Like, I don't want to know I'm paying for that. Like, if you want an abortion, you should have to go pay for that. I absolutely believe that. Like, that should be that should be you. Sorry, not sorry.
No, I 100%
Like-
agree. I don't think that that's
I'm okay with it. Like, if that's what you want to do, go do that. But like, I don't think it should be me.
I also think there should be a hey, this is also saying the government doesn't pay for abortion is also a half truth. You have organizations called Planned Parenthood are given massive fucking subsidies from the government to offer that stuff for people in need. And a lot of those clinics, dude, you like, the history is insane. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah. This whole conversation is difficult. And that's why it's like you have to have them. And you learn something new in every one, and it's
Yeah.
fine. But like, yeah, the climate right now is crazy. I like, what do you think we're gonna see in the next couple weeks or so? Because and I also am not a huge supporter of Ben Shapiro or whatever, but he's another pundit that I follow and watch or whatever. And
I don't like him at all. I just hate
I-
listening to him.
His
He just looks angry. He looks angry and fucking, I don't know. I just don't like. And to be honest, I liked listening to Charlie Kirk, but I didn't listen to a lot of him. It's kind of a bummer because he was probably the most articulate and it was like the most pleasing to listen to. Ben Shapiro is not pleasing to listen to for me.
He was just the first one where when I listened to him and the clips that I saw of him, it was, for me, it was like, no, a dude's not a girl. And I felt that way. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Girl, like some of the rest of his shit, I'm like, whatever. But he's saying he's going back out on college campuses. A lot of them are saying they're going back out on college campuses. What do you think? I mean, they're never going to be able to have the security that, the president has or like other political figures have.
You think they'll be inside?
Yeah.
Or
you
like
think
it'll
a little
be
different?
like extensive security or whatever versus where Charlie would be outside or who else? Like Brandon Tatum, Officer Tatum would be outside in just a tent. Do you think it's going to be more of in arenas or whatever where they auditoriums where they have to be searched before you can go sit down?
I don't think it will be that regulated. I don't know. I don't think that's like the biggest change we're going to be seeing is like, oh, now security is enhanced everywhere. I just don't see, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like this whole thing is just some deep state conspiracy to like, construct and create the surveillance state. I don't know. I don't think college campuses are going to shy away from this type of form at all. I think Turning Point USA as an organization is going to fucking triple down. And I think people who are inclined to do this format of discussion are going to continue doing it. And I don't necessarily think that, I mean, if you had searched every attendee, it still wouldn't have prevented this. Yeah. Now, granted, there obviously were, I'm sure, ways to increase security that it wouldn't happen. But I think the biggest change we're going to see is just people not being, being less afraid to speak up and speak their mind, like being less afraid to challenge the ideologies and the sick, evil beliefs and ideologies that have gone unchallenged for so long, and the people who are perpetuating them and trying to scare the people into silence. Like killing Charlie Kirk was an attempt to scare people into silence. And you don't shoot somebody who's wrong. Like, hey, we didn't kill Joe Biden. No one killed Joe Biden because we knew he's a fucking dumbass. He was wrong. No one wants to kill Joe Biden. He's fucking, God, the guy's just, he's harmless almost.
Yeah.
Like, you kill people who you can't beat because they are correct. You can't outthink them because they are smarter than you, like righter than you. I don't fucking know, but I never watched a Charlie Kirk debate where he lost or resulted in like character shaming or defamation or anything like that. They killed him because they could not handle their ideals being challenged and beaten, and them having their only option was to kill him. And so I just think that people have seen that, and it's like emboldened, hopefully good people to speak up. And there are going to be a lot of people that are like, G. Paradiddle, for example. I mean, I'm sure that is Pat Lange. And if it is, like, he's the guy who believed everything the media told him about Joe Biden, believed everything the media told him about the COVID pandemic and the vaccine, and believed everything the left has been telling him his entire life. And so when those two big things turned out not to be true, he was like, oh shit, he was on the precipice of crossing over to, wow, I've woken up. But instead of crossing over, he was like, okay, they were wrong about COVID and they're wrong about Joe Biden, but everything else they're right about. Because if I give all of that stuff up and I concede all of those things, now I have to admit that everything I believed for my entire life is a lie. I'm not ready to do that. And that's okay. Even I had to do that. After COVID, I was like, holy shit, everything that I thought I believed is fucking insanity. And I can't trust the government at all. Even fucking Trump. Like, he's not some trustworthy, perfect individual.
Clock. No, Jeff Bako doesn't hide from us. Jeff Bako loves us. We love Jeff Bako. Listen, the thing that I hate the most about it, and we'll kind of close off on this, is that they keep saying that, like, keep this same energy when there's a school shooting. Dude, we do. We hate it. It's fucking horrible. And every time we see it or it's in the newspaper, it's fucking horrible. Keep this energy when the lady on the train got stabbed. Yeah, I did. It was fucking horrible. And that dude shouldn't have been out to be able to stab her on the train in Charlotte. Like, every one of these is keep that same energy with George Floyd. Yeah, I hated that too. I watched that video and it was fucking awful. And I don't want to see anybody die like that.
Have you guys seen the documentary on that?
Yeah, I get it. I understand all the politics and the stuff.
What's it called?
I'm gonna send it to you. You guys got to watch it.
Was it the one Steph talks about, the Minnesota, like the chick that?
Yeah, you just got to watch it. You got to watch it.
Oh, watching someone die on like video is fucking awful, no matter who it is. It sucks, dude. And we all keep that same energy. We don't want people to die. Like, watching Palestinians die is horrible. Watching Israelis die is horrible. Like, babies dying, it's horrible. It's all fucking horrible. Mm-hmm. So to think that, like, we don't give a shit unless it's like somebody from the conservative side, like you're so wrong. Like it's awful. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, the fall of Minneapolis. Yeah.
You got to
Cool.
watch. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
But no, we don't want to see this anymore. Like it's awful. It's terrible. So, but yeah, thank you as always, Taylor Self, for having every and any conversation that we ever want to have all the time, especially as you're getting ready to go to something as happy as Tijuana-palooza. So
People are trying to get me kicked out already, so hopefully it's fun.
Oh, it's not as happy as okay.
Oh man.
We love you. We're rooting for you. You can we'll do whatever we can. Let us know what we have to do for you. Oh, we just got a really cool Hiller hooked us up and told us the really cool mic for the camera. It's the Rode NTG. So we just bought that so we can have a mic on our cameras so we can start following y'all around and filming y'all. We're gonna film behind the scenes.
Love it.
But thank you, dude. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Thanks, G Paradiddle. I would love to know why you picked that name. That's an amazing name.
Because never mind.
Just Diddle. Oh, is it the Diddler?
I don't know. That's what I was gonna say.
Taylor, thank you, Bernie. Taylor Glitton thinks shows are
Meg,
the
I'm
best.
gonna get your email. I just haven't had a chance to talk to Bryson about it because he's been on vacation. Sorry.
Paradiddle's a drum thing. Yeah.
It's a drum thing.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh, it's a drum thing. Are you drumming your own butthole?
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
On that note, goodbye.
All right, guys.
I'm
Love
getting Taylor
y'all.
off
See you
screen.
on the next one.
Goodbye.
Deuces.